Sri Sachidananda Sadguru Sainath Maharaj Ki Jai. Sri Sai SATCHARITRA, an insight. Episode 210. My humble prostrations at the lotus feet of our Sadguru Sai. By the divine grace of Sai, an attempt has been made to translate the gist of the divine discourse of Sri Ramanathan brother telecasted in Sai TV. This is purely done to share the glory of Sai and his divine teachings with more insight to the aspirants. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Gurur Sakshat Parabrahmam, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Dear devotees, in the previous episode, we heard how Appa Kulkarni's life took a positive turn in all spheres on receipt of the holy ashes of Sri Sai Baba. He got promotion at work, increment in his salary, and eventually a high social status. We need to delve deep into it to collect the pearls of wisdom that Sri Sai Maharaj wants to impart to us through this Leela. To recall, in the previous chapter, that is in Sri Sai SATCHARITRA, chapter 32, Sri Sai Maharaj expounded the most important message that we should not commence any work with an empty stomach. This he did through the story titled The Guru's Greatness, in which 4 people, including him, were wandering in the forest in search of a guru, and a Vanjari encountered them and offered food. While others rejected it, Sri Sai accepted the loving offering made by the Vanjari and ate the food given by him. Lo, in no time he had the darshan of his guru. So, through this story, Sri Sai Baba reinstated that one should not begin a task with an empty stomach, as that is considered inauspicious. Whereas, when we perform the work after having food, the work will be accomplished successfully. We have heard in many stories that reveal the fact that Sri Sai Maharaj never encourages fasting, also not in favor of consuming merely milk and fruits on festival days. Food is Brahman, hence Sri Sai Maharaj wanted us to give due reverence to food and not neglect it. At the same time, he also advises us to not overeat. Getting back to the original thread, Appa Kulkarni, as soon as he reached home from Bhiwandi, came to know about the saint's arrival through his wife, and desiring to meet the saint, he went in search of the sadhu without even eating his lunch. He tried at various places such as mosques, Takia, hoping that the one who came must be a Muslim awliya. Despite his diligent search, he couldn't find him anywhere. Hence, he returned home dejected, had his lunch, and accompanied by his friend went out for a walk, without any desire to look for the fakir. But now the fakir came to him and fulfilled his desire. So, when Appa Kulkarni searched in an empty stomach, he couldn't accomplish the task. Whereas, after consuming the food, though he didn't take any effort to find the fakir, he got to meet him. This is the core principle of Sri Sai Maharaj that is emphasized through this divine sport. Devotees of Sri Sai Maharaj are requested to keep this in their mind and practice it in their life. Sri Sai Maharaj returned rupees 9 to Appa Kulkarni, and this number 9 indicates the 9 types of devotion. Also, we are prompted of the 9 coins that Sri Sai Maharaj gave to Lakshmi Bai Shinde before he left his mortal coil. Sri Sai Baba also narrated a parable story to Anandrav Patankar indicating number 9. As per the story, a merchant had a mare and that passed 9 balls of stool. He gathered them on his upper dhotar. Thus, he got concentration of mind and reaped immense blessings. So, to deliver similar blessings as that of the merchant, Sri Sai Maharaj would have given to Appa Kulkarni the 9 coins. Also, in 228th OV, Sri Hemat Panji says, if one thing is offered to Sri Sai Baba, he returns in tenfold. This is not only in terms of money, but also regarding strength, good health, peace of mind, supremacy, spiritual wisdom, and so on. Many devotees would have realized this in their own experiences as well. So, don't expect just monetary returns, as you might be entitled to receive the most invaluable and highest gifts that Sri Sai would shower upon you. At times, we might not even realize what we are bestowed with. One should never offer money to Sri Sai Baba with the intention to get the returns, as that will not be considered as dakshana, because anything offered with an expectation becomes a pure business dealing. The offering can be in terms of money or kind or unswerving faith and loving devotion. Everything is accepted with utmost compassion and returned in tenfold by Sri Sai Maharaj. To quote Yogi Raj, Holy Father Sri Vedadri Maharishi narrates this very skillfully. He says a person is like a biomagnetism. All that is getting registered on this biomagnetism will reflect 10 times in the universal magnetism. For instance, if we show 1% affection to someone, that is registered in the biomagnetism and reflected by the universal magnetism as 10%. Hence, Yogiraj Sri Vedadri Maharishi had given a greatest boon to the mankind by giving a slogan to all his followers. This slogan is a blessing note which is so profound and when uttered grants immense benefits to both the one who pronounces that and to the hearer. Thus, the philosophy of the Maharishi again replicates the assertion of Sri Sai, which says, give one and receive in tenfold. Devotees, in the future episodes, we will be heeding to a miracle related to Kaka Mahajani's friend who was a skeptic. He came to have darshan of Sri Sai, but with the attitude to not give any dakshana, as he felt he is not bound to give. At that moment, Sri Sai spoke thus, if I accept dakshana from anyone, then I am liable to return to them in tenfold. Further, Sri Sai said, I need to submit account of every paisa I collect as dakshana to the fakir. Let's ponder in detail on this. The dakshana that we offer to Sri Sai or in any temple could be a fulfillment of a vow previously made to the deity. At times, the person that has sworn to God might have forgotten his promise and Sri Sai might be reminding him in the guise of dakshana. The story of the two Goa gentlemen highlights the same thought. So, to conclude, the moral that one can derive from Appa Kulkarni's story is that any dakshana that is received by Sri Sai is returned to the devotee in tenfold, and every rupee that he collects as dakshana is accountable to God by him. Though he is that supreme God, he never declares it, rather identifies himself as a humble servant of God and always utters Allah Malik, that is, God is great. In this Leela, Appa Kulkarni's wife wanted to offer rupee 1 as dakshana, and that was gladly accepted by Sri Sai in the form of the fakir. Whereas Appa Kulkarni told his wife that if he would have been at home during the arrival of the fakir, then he could have offered rupees 10. Since he had that desire to give, it becomes a spiritual debt to God. Thus, the fakir had to come to collect that rupees 10. Hence, he remained displeased, though Appa Kulkarni gave him few 1 rupee notes. The fakir even walked to Appa Kulkarni's home to collect rupees 10 from him, because unless rupees 10 is offered as vowed, Appa Kulkarni's promise will remain unfulfilled, and the blessings that he is entitled will also get delayed accordingly. The fakir also made sure that rupees 9 that was earlier collected was returned to him instantly. So the dakshana is collected from the devotee by Sri Sai to make the devotee a befitting person to receive the Lord's grace. Otherwise, it becomes a debt to the person. Hence, Sri Sai would make sure that the money vowed by a person is offered without any balance. Let me narrate few leelas related to this. There was a devotee by named Chabal. He came with his mother to have darshan of Sri Sai Maharaj. After having the darshan, they returned to their vada and was planning to go back home. As we know that without seeking Sri Sai Baba's permission, none can leave Shirdi. So they were getting ready to come to Dwarakamai to ask his consent. At that juncture, the mother said to her son, if we go to Sri Sai again for darshan, then he might ask for dakshana. In that case, we will offer 50 paisa. So, go and get this 1 rupee note exchanged for coins so we can offer half of it to Sri Sai Baba. Chabal got a 50 paisa coin and 2 25 paisa coins. Mother and son left the vada, came to Dwarakamai and sought Sri Sai Baba's approval. Sri Sai gave them Udi. This is an indication that they have the approval to go home. Now, Sri Sai Maharaj stretched his palm asking dakshana. The mother's thoughts changed. Instead of offering 50 paisa coin, she gave a 25 paisa coin. Sri Sai Maharaj received that coin, looked at it, laughed, pocketed it in his kafni and said, Mother, is this justifiable for you? You are taking away the poor Brahmin's 25 paisa coin? The lady was shocked to hear this statement of Sri Sai. He addressed himself as an old Brahmin. Whatever this lady spoke to her son at the Vada is now told to her by the all-knowing Sri Sai Baba at Dwarakamai. Isn't this astounding? Any sankalpam made to the deity must be fulfilled by the devotee. Otherwise, those unfulfilled vows will become an impediment to their success. Chabal's Leela testifies the Leela of Appa Kulkarni. Devotees, the original Sri Sai SATCHARITRA was written in OV form and that was authored by Sri Ramanathan in Marathi. This is a voluminous book and the abridged version of this divine book was done by Sri Gunaji for the welfare of the devotees, and this has been translated in many languages and is published by Shirdi Sai Sansthan. This book contains few leelas that are not narrated by Hemat Panji. Among those, the leela of a devotee by named Haribhav Karnik is one. His full name is Haribhav Keshav Karnik. He is from Dahanu. He came to Shirdi on a Guru Purnima day in the year 1917. He felt immensely happy to have darshan of Sri Sai Baba. After submitting his prayers and respects, he sought permission to leave and the same was granted by Sri Sai Baba. While he was descending the stairs of Dwarkamai, a thought suddenly cropped up in his mind that he should have given 1 more rupee as dakshina to Sri Sai Baba. He wanted to fulfill this good thought, so he quickly turns to climb the steps. Shama was seated next to Sri Sai Maharaj and noticed Haribhav Karnik trying to climb the stairs. Shama quickly signaled him with his hand to Karnik to go back and not come again, as he has been already granted permission by Sri Sai to leave. Abiding by Shama's gestures, Karnik came out of Dwarakamai. Devotees, please listen carefully. The desire of Karnik becomes a debt for him as he couldn't fulfill it. This must be cleared off. How was this taken care? How did Sri Sai Maharaj collect this 1 rupee from him? How the saints work in unison to fulfill the desire of the devotee? All these intrinsic stories can be heeded in the coming episode. Bow to Sri Sai. Peace be to all. Om Sai Ram.